FNAF in itself is scary. Add a 2-ton metal beast chasing the player and it becomes genuinely unplayable. Today we dive into all the free roam Fredbear experiences, as he seems to be a very popular bear at the moment. So without further ado, let's hop straight into the video. Alright, so what better way to begin this video with the Fredbear that began this all, being the Fredbear from those nights at Fredbear's New Destiny. This is the game made by Nixon. And the way Fredbear works in this game is unlike the other ones. Well, it kind of is, because literally every single Fredbear is the same thing. But anyways, the way Fredbear works is it stays in its cove area and it respectfully doesn't want to hurt the player. Not yet. The only way it wants to hurt you is if you, for some reason, wander into him. Now, Fredbear will eventually get out of his cove, you know, being the lazy old big thing that it is, and will walk around the place like it owns it, because it does. And if you go up to Fredbear and say hi, it will respond in biting your head clean off. So don't do that. The way you want to avoid this thing is just simply avoid dark spots, avoid the middle of the pizzeria where it likes to wander, and simply don't go near it. However, Fredbear does eventually go near the player. This is inevitable. It has happened to me multiple times when playing. And if you hear metal footsteps that sound like, I don't know, a 2-ton thing running at you, just try and avoid it. Try and just hide, you know, wherever you can hide. And if you see it, you're not going to survive because it is by far the fastest out of the animatronics. And unlike Spring Bonnie and Spring Freddy, you can't just juke, well, Fredbear. You cannot do this. It will run at you at a speed that you will not want to ever unsee. My experiences with Fredbear in those nights at Fredbear's New Destiny are majority just pain and me screaming. Go! Go! But at that point, you don't really scream too long because it runs at you so fast that by the time you scream, you'll already be dead. But yeah, enough of that aside. That is the first of the Fredbears in this video, and by far, possibly one of my favorites, because this is the one that kickstarted the Fredbear running quick at you formula that is so popular today. Alright, let's move into our second rendition of Fredbear, this being the newest one and the one that I believe has re-sparked the fascination for Fredbear. And I'm going to say that word a lot in this video. This is those nights at Fredbear's 6 AM mode. This is by far, I assume, the one that went, hey, Fredbear is back. And the reason why is it's everywhere. If you go on YouTube or Instagram or any place you go to watch social media, you will see this video no matter what. And what these videos tend to contain is they're nice and not knowing what's going on. The person goes around the place and nothing seems wrong. That's until they hear something, and then something more, and then somehow footsteps start running toward the player at a speed that they've never seen before. Now, either the player stands there not knowing what to do and gets, well, eaten, and the other option is they try to hide, but Fredbear says, no, get over here, goes down, picks you up, and then eats you like a McSmart meal from Macca's. And yes, I'm Australian, that's why I call it Macca's, not McDonald's. But anyways, point is, you're gonna be shocked at how this thing can run at you so quickly. All in all, this thing is terrifying, and the only way to avoid meeting with Fredbear is to keep his cove, the curtain, shut. This will avoid the beast from running at you, but do keep in mind that there is other animatronics inside the pizzeria. So honestly, it's quite hard trying to keep that curtain shut, which is exactly what the game wants to happen because it wants you to dread that thing running out of its cove. It wants you to have nightmares, sleeping, barely sleeping, thinking about Fredbear and the sheer force that it has. Okay, enough glazing aside. Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, it's terrifying. What's with the curtain? What do you mean keep the curtain shut? I haven't been given any instructions to why. And if you've played this game and you've experienced it without knowing how it worked, it's something that you're gonna want to unsee. So next up is possibly the most currently known Fredbear mod, which is called Fredbear Runaway. To describe this mod, basically, if you don't know what Hello Neighbor is, then I don't know what you're doing. You're possibly living under a rock, but it's a indie horror game made by Tiny Build back in 2017. And the game itself was massive. This game was absolutely everywhere. You would literally go on YouTube and you would see this neighbor just staring at you. And let's just say the impact of this game is still felt in the indie horror game space even today. And a current mod that is absolutely just blown everything out of proportion is Fast Fredbear mod, because recently Fredbear has been going everywhere on Instagram, YouTube, like everyone's been chased down by Fredbear and Hello Neighbor and Fredbear, and we merge these two things together. What do we get? Well, if you did that, you would get the Fredbear Runaway mod, which is by far one of the most terrifying mods in any video game I've ever played. The speed of Fredbear is about the same in the other games I've mentioned in this video, with the intense speed when he finds you. Trust me, when this thing finds you, you will not see it. You will hear its footsteps running at you, and you won't be able to hear a single thing. All you will hear is metal thuds and then this face as it jump scares you. And there's not only the original Fredbear, there's also the Halloween version, which puts this like really weird like Call of Duty Max camo all over the outside of Fredbear's endoskeleton costume, and it basically increases the speed and the aggression, and basically it makes Fredbear way more of a threat. I've not seen the whole game. This mod is terrifying because not only do you have to worry about making too much noise, if it sees you, and trust me, it will, you will not be able to survive what comes next unless Fredbear glitches in the game, which has happened to me multiple times. Like randomly it would just disappear and I would not be able to find Fredbear, but then sometimes it would just teleport, fly at me, and it will do anything in its power to make sure I, the player, am no more. In addition to the Fast Fredbear mod, there's also a new Joy of Creation Foxy mod, which, well, basically, Joy of Creation, Foxy, you merge that together and you get another mod, and the difference is in this one, Foxy can break down doors, which only if Fredbear could do that. That would be insane as well. But yeah, there's no real escape between any of these entities beside screaming and trying to hide. Well, that won't work, but it's worth a try. And the last mod for this video, the last Fredbear we're going to be talking about, is the Minecraft version. There's been Hello Neighbor, there's been FNAF, and now we have Minecraft, which is the newest edition of the Fredbear mod. Now, how this works is you are essentially given nothing but a Fredbear head. Yes, your own Freddy Fazbear head, which you can place wherever you want. Although the head doesn't really do much toward your gameplay, it's just there, and honestly, it's good to have. This mod is basically you run around, grab a bunch of materials, and begin your Minecraft world as per usual. You know, hit the tree, grab some sticks, do all that stuff. But eventually, things start to get a little bit peculiar, because you will hear some weird noises. Bro.
What? What is going on?
You know, the good old Golden Freddy jump scare sound, you know, you hear that. I think that was a pretty good impression, I would say. You would hear stuff like that going on, and something is clearly up. Sometimes we found, me and my mate who were playing the mod, that we heard a random running sound and then some black concrete blocks would just appear. No idea why this even happens, but obviously there's only one person that could have done this, being the man himself. But yeah, and some weird crazy like purple glitch effects can start to appear, which starts to destroy the world itself. So it's clear that this thing doesn't only just run at the play, it can also break and warp the world around it, which gives it some really cool like kind of out of this world feel that I didn't really know an animatronic could possess. Me and my friend did try to build a house, but as we were going to build it, our screen became black. Then we hear a weird ominous sound saying, "I am here, let me in." This is clearly something that we don't want to face, so we begin to build our house and try to avoid the nerves of what could be coming for us. And all things are nice until... Oh, he's inside, you hear him? He's coming, he's actually coming for us. Did you not hear him? He says he's inside. Boom, boom. Ding, 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 ding. We hear it. The sound of metal thuds running toward us at full speed. With nothing left, we basically dig ourselves into a hole, and this becomes our last resting ground as Fredbear jumps out of the rock and eats my friend. After this, we try to get our bearings back, so we grab all our equipment and continue moving forward. However, I then get a massive flashbang of rocks breaking around me, and for some reason, I then get teleported into a rock, and I die. So this mod is absolutely insane, and Fredbear seems to be able to just grab the player and warp him to wherever he wants. And we again try to build upwards as we hear Fredbear again spawn in. This was a massive error, as Fredbear would start to break the block below me, and it was literally a battle of who could place the block faster. He's like putting... Oh! Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Keep building! Keep building! Keep building! Can't get us! Can't get us! Oh! Oh! No! 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 Keep building! Keep building! Keep building! No! 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 This actually scared the shit out of me because I didn't know what was going on, and seeing Fredbear literally eat the blocks below you trying to devour you is something you should never want to experience. But yeah, that was basically it. We couldn't really survive as Fredbear has a 100% mortality rate. And no matter what we did, it always ended up with Fredbear eating us. So that was pretty much the end of the Minecraft mod. And with that, those were all the Fredbear versions or experiences I could find. I might make a part 2 to this video where we try and see if there's any other Fredbear mods or experiences out there to play. But for now, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed the video, smash a like. And if you never want to miss out on a future upload, then please consider subscribing as well. On screen here is where I play some FNAF games, wouldn't you guess? And if you want to go ahead and check that out, then it's on screen right here. But anyways, until next time, thank you for watching and goodbye.